Alright. I wasn't expecting to play this today, but I had some free time, so let's go! First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Hold on. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Wow. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right. That's a very violent death. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stab in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now, it's our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. I'm very curious, what's wrong with the Monokuma file this time? Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Are we talking? Should we talk? Right, let's talk first. I'm not freaking about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. So when the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? What's gonna happen? This rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home because it went kablooey. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that will happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends. What do you mean something? He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that? I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with the countdowns. Anyway, like I said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. Don't think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Yeah. Why is the controls weird? It mattered for Gundam's killing and Mikan's. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time. Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was noon, what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's... So it also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. It happened that recently? It's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time he was struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bomb is suspicious. That's everyone! Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. See? That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? Yeah, how about that sprinkler? That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out a fire. You can see a girder right next to it, right? There. Can you see that red streak? Bloodstain? You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder. Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Blood on the girder has been added. Right, let's talk to the most useless guy. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. Haha, it's so bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. Well, I'm curious about this one. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey, no response, he's dead, Jim. Just kidding, I'm not dead. That's probably Nagito's blood. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too, you know. Don't put oversized garbage there, it's so misleading. What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed, and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something? I had nothing to do with that. Huh? He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi, but you better watch what they say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. Ugh. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Huh? World supremacy? Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could a killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Monokuma plushie has been added to the truth bullets. Right. Huh? Fire grenade. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably the fire grenades. Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. This one, lighter. Ah, it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here, that's the source of the fire. Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them. So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it? The killer probably planned to destroy the evidence by setting his warehouse on fire. They caused the fire to destroy the evidence. That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to the crime scene, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Right, let's go for Nagito's body. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us, but even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. We still don't know the truth that he knew. What did he know? For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Well, let's start with this. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Ah, now that I mention it, you're right, it looks like a survival knife. By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arms were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagiro's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand. And then they finished him off with a spear? How cruel. Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? Huh, that's weird. But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with a knife. Why did they need to use the spear at all? That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use a spear, huh? Let's check his face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help? Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Ah, got a minute. Sorry, excuse me, are you gonna take off the tape? Checky moved past Kazuichi and me, squatted down next to Nagiro's face, and pulled off the tape. In one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing? Ah, it'll be fine. I'll put it right back away once I'm done investigating here. Putting the tape back isn't the issue. You ungrateful swine, you're gonna get cursed. Ah, the blood on Nagiro's face, it looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case, how do you know that? It's no use, she's not listening. Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that? This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking to the inside of his mouth, right? Nagiro was probably desperate moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? Hold on. Yep. She means Nagiro's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. Yep. Wait, where's my mouth? So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too, I should remember it. And this... a spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagiro's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like it's a fatal wound. Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Wait, did the Monokuma file say the cause of death? Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gunjunir, right? You definitely just came up with that right now. By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did the spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice, damn you all to hell. I see, even he doesn't know what's inside the castle. Oopsie. More importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. but for some reason this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist. Ah, it's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It does. Also, Jackie mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. So I have to go back to Nezumi Castle. Spear of Gungnir. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillar nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that? At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Well, I think anyone would. Or they might have been torturing him. Which is exactly what he said. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If he disregarded the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing, which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess the truth of what he knows? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito. Refusing to let him die easily, I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. Haha, the Yakuza. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Why not? It's definitely a possibility. Right, are we done? Oh, hold on, what's this? French rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope. Aww. Wait, the burnt rope is a bit suspicious. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be the result of the fire? But that's weird if the rope is burned off like this. Why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Burn rope has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Right, there's another one here. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound, and there's blood everywhere. There's something strange. Strange? What? Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced. But doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. He was holding something. He was holding that. He was holding the other end of the chain that was attached to the spear. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip over and look at the back of his hand, there's also blood, but only at above. Yep, this is definitely him holding something. You're right. Why is it only on this part? See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. What? Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? Blood on the left hand. Could it be that he did this to himself? Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does it mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. Then I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Well then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they would have gone to the trouble of tying him with the rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there is no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure it out. Right, I should try investigating other areas. But I think we've already investigated enough. So weird. Pull up panel. Panels. Oh wait, what's this? This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. What is this here? It looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know, that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from the MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? That's a very good question. Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. There was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades. I agree, if we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy. Miss Sonia's all wet. She's all drenched and soggy. Hey. You were thinking that, huh, Kazuichi? I wasn't thinking that at all. Obviously you were. Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime. You're screwing with me. Oh my, screwing? How lewd. Kazuichi. Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagined it, so you did. Well, think about the countdown after we lived through the class trial. Well, even though I did say I was gonna friggin' kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Yeah, I'm actually suspicious of Kazuichi. Looks like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's alright, it is not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time? Oh my. Do you suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I'm not a killer. Jesus shit, you son of a... Wow. Sonia? No, I'm terribly sorry, I was panicking. I should calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh? At first I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered. And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How do you find out about the bombs at the... How do you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain the entrance to the ancient ruin. However, that plan was an utter failure. Yeah. Even so, fireworks could be dangerous, especially in large quantities. Ha! I just realized Monomi's at the corner on the bottom left. If those bombs were the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Yo, that bomb was real and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. I don't think she's the killer though. It mattered. Oh, the time. Right. Let's check the Monokuma file. Oh, I can't. Can I? Yep, I can. Yep, I see. There's no cause of death. No cause of death is written in the Monokuma file. Alright. Oh, really? The all copies should be burned. Monokuma. Tip over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? Ah. But why were they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall they were stacked up, right? Yeah, nearly put away. So some kind of domino effect. Maybe we are the ones who made this mess, huh? Look, the tip over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously? We caused it. So when we bust open the door, it created a domino effect, which probably started a fire. And I suppose the music was there to hide something, to mask the sound or something. That's what I'm guessing. And there's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse. They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Compared to the other tip over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly. Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means we can speculate that this was done intentional. Monokuma panels. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still many things I don't understand yet. You look worried. Yes, of course I am. At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. It means it's good to investigate other places as well. Right, the military base, the plushie factory, there's a new castle, and Aguilar's room 4. Right, I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating. Hey you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and to try exploring other areas too? I agree, I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene. We don't have a choice, there just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in the other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that. Then, it's okay if we leave this place? It's okay. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Aguilar's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Alright, factory. Closest one. So let's investigate the truck. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks, which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. Then this one. Is this still under the truck? Yes, it is. There's an enormous machine, but it's stopped for now. Okay, the laptop then. Wait, let's start the Sonia. I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me. The bomb that went off at that lobby might have been set up here. Huh? If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. If you do you not think that group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip apart this right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside this, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly mess with it? Either way, it is all— no, it's not. What the hell does it mean? Sup, there's no bomb. You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you feel is the soft weight of no. You are definitely heavy. You are right. What? Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used? I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes. I know that already. You should have just said so earlier. Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Phew, I feel so relieved! But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon. I must say, you have a very good idea, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a No. Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault, don't worry about it. Alright. I don't think there's anything here though. This one. The laptop. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop. Is he still watching us from somewhere? If it's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At that time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that the video was recorded in advance. That's right, besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. Right, it's no use, it's locked, there's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. It's locked, huh? Then we need a password after all. The brick room is on the other side of this door. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash, right? So there's nothing here. Really? There's nothing here? Are we done here? Was the laptop not a reason to come here? In that case, let's go to the military base. And Kazuichi is here. Right. Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening. Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. Alright, this is where Sonia was checking the stuff. Huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed. Ah, found it. Huh? What do you find? Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it. But I also found stuff like a survival knife. Wait, that's the same one. It's the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Which means the killer obtained that knife here. So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. That's everyone though. No, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. If the bombs are fake, this might be fake too, but I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Huh. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty, nothing here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth. Ah, okay, so that's where the bombs were. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Huh, okay, so Nagito definitely knew. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Right, let's go to Nezumi Castle. Wait, fourth island is here. Ding, ding. We're not finding much clues, are we? I think we might find something interesting here though. Hopefully more than just a missing spear. Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right? Just as I thought, it looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle and there's a weight at the end of it. Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gunshunir, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use a spear and a knife? Yeah, they could have just killed him with a knife and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with this unnecessary cord thing on it would be easy to use. Unless that cord is exactly what they needed. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before, as if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. Right. On. I wonder... More violence I love. Hello. Right. Oh. Why is Monokuma there? Oh my, you want to go inside Nagito's room too? Ah, Hajime. I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was... No, she did not. I didn't do that. Then do it. It's sweet cause it's made out of black. Yo, hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door. Fine, fine. I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right? Oh then. What's up, loose? See, I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like that? Maybe the cottage key is computerized. More importantly, let's go inside now that the door is open. Yeah, you're right. Whoa, what the hell is that? Wait, was there someone looking for that? So Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. It's right there in plain sight. Our time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first. Okay. A fancy looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Alright, Monomi wanted. Was looking for this. Ah, could this be? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. That treasure box. Jackie, you know about this? It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monomi was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside. Yes, yes! Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous. It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. And yet, if it was important, he wouldn't have just left it on the table like that. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside, there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box? Like it's something important, because it is. I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary? Looks like it. Did Monomi write this? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, Day 4, Day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16, we've been in a funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes. What? Wait, did I try to go into the final dead room? No, I didn't. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes. What? Huh? Hajime, did something happen? Oh, it's nothing. Hey, stop! Don't look at my notebook. Whoa. From out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook from my hand. Out of my hand. Phew, I did ask you to look away from look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I had come any later, you would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late. But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was a thief. Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student. Hey, that notebook. It's pretty much a diary, right? Diary? It seems that way. That's right, this is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey, you're a liar. Wow, you always show up out of nowhere. Monomi, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monomi can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. I can write the letter. Right, then who wrote this? No, you can't, cause you have no fingers on your hands. It's a person controlling Monomi. See, bullseye, I know cause I'm the same way too. So now we're going to the people behind them. Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you? So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me? What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, there must be a reason why Monomi wouldn't let anyone into the house. Well, you know, it's how should I put it? Excuse me. Hold on, damn it, she totally ran away again. The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her. But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. Monomi's notebook. Huh. Curious. It's the bed that comes with the cottages. It looks like just like the one in my room, but maybe there's something hidden under its bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like porn. Well, we should check. We should still check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peek under the bed and oh, there's something there. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. What's this? It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. Wait, those are real. This looks like the real deal. Did he get this from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding this under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? Hajime, was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found a supermarket bag, and there's a small piece of paper on the floor. Piece of paper made of blue aluminium. Huh. A round thin piece of aluminium, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. Oh. I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash? Who knows? It might be too soon to decide that. Right. The fridge. There's a refrigerator. Nice, my cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? As I talked to Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity, and what's inside? Monokuma's special poison, for poisoning use only. What? Do you mean that's the only thing inside? For some reason, for someone who likes cold drinks, it doesn't look like his talk very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really, it looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder maybe? Can't you read? I took the round bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is... Yeah, it looks like it's poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it a little more detail. Wait. Did Nagito poison himself? Stop it. If you really like that, I'm gonna get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. Right, so I'm thinking that may actually have been the cause of death. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this? That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel too. Apply to the bomb? There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. The poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right? He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? These are dangerous. What would have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me. Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him in the lobby. But what about this poison, huh? It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning, or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? In the storehouse? In the warehouse? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap? For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using his poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. He could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? So I have a feeling that this is how he died, and possibly he may have killed himself. Right, bookshelf. There are lots of books and other mysterious items stuffed on the shelf. The genres and the types of items are also random. I can't make any sense out of them whatsoever. They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they know? Do they now? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. That doesn't mean we should ignore it though. I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here. Well, that might be true, but... So I'll leave this shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. Right, I sighed and walked toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items, and then examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items I just saw Monokuma. There's no way there are any clues here. Huh? Oh! Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal! Indeed, it's a school badge of Pope Speak Academy. Does that have information about stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. The file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna take 1 minute break. Yeah. Alright. Instantly I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? Da-dang-dang-dang. As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia, and everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too? I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height, weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words Reserve Corps student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a Reserve Corps student from the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the Reserve Department? Why am I here with all these other ultimates? Hajime, did something happen? Well, I just found a strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final debt? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here, too. Nagito was lying. When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Jackie leaned against me and peered into the file. You're right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hold on. Huh? What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
でもあいつの名前だけはないよな。
Whose name?
誰のこと？
Byakuya? Yup.
戸上白夜だよ。よく見てみろよ。あいつの名前だけどこにも見当たらないぞ。
Uh-oh. So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in a killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island. No matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about his missing name, about the missing name, and about the killing school life, it's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason? How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up that Byakuya... Huh? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya. Huh. So, there are two Byakuyas. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean? You don't have to ask me that. You know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was able to... Oh, the ultimate imposter. Ultimate imposter. That's that Byakuya's true identity. True identity? He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. A fake? The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent, though I'm not jealous of that at all. So, who was that? That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami? Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life? His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Then, he was lying to us the whole time? But he couldn't help it. Huh? What? Why couldn't he help it? Because he has no name. Because that was his talent. Huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain your talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with. So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn, for a long time my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess, his true identity. Maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss. Geez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monomi or the traitor. Who is it? Who is the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that? Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so that you guys couldn't find out. So it's just as I thought, you're the one who did it. The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included in here? It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who's the traitor so easily, right? Then we can't use this file to figure out who's the traitor. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. Okay. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue. That's a wise decision. Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait. Excuse me for a moment. Uh-oh. Hey, I want to grab that Monokuma! No! Yeah. The last class trial? He said that, right? The last class trial. Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one. But I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once? But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. The class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito. Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh? I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone. As long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. Ah! Can I go back? Ah! That means I missed that Monokuma thing in Nagito's room. He was just there staring, glaring, taunting me. Looks like everyone's here. Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people? What? Stop it, you're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must dump our friends. But once we're through with this, we can go back, right? That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial. But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily. Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know? That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial, I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops. Okay, so I just had a sudden thought. What if it wasn't the ultimate imposter who died as Byakuya? Is it not possible for the ultimate imposter to turn someone else into Byakuya and then he takes their place? For example, Sonia? Kazuichi? Maybe even Chiaki? What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? The feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know? Huh? What are you saying? There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Ah, stop trying to jinx us. Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you must run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized it after losing my powers. I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight. What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she's read a self-help book. But her eyes, she looked so determined. What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Oh, fine. Somehow I understand what Monomi is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial. You're right, we need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Roar! Rar, 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 rar. Zoom! Boom. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock. Boom. This elevator ride, this will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so. Let's worry about things after we are finished. More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. This killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survive need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then, the door slowly opened. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? Well then, now that the Chatterbox Danganronpa is gone, there are only 6 of you left. Enough! Just fucking start this already. Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right? Yep, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all. Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end. Now then, let's get this trial started. This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. Wait, is Monomi part of the students? I mean, she is here for each and every single class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he became a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up, but there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it. But there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito, I just realized that all the dead people are in red, and those that are alive are in blue. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Right. Let's see. Pitch muscle. Increase your truth bullets rate of fire. Oh. Well, I think this is a good place to stop, and we shall start the next round with the class trial. Although I don't think the last class trial will be that short. Might probably take 2 rounds, 2 streams, at least 2 sessions. Well, anyway, I guess we'll stop for today, and maybe we'll continue on Tuesday. Alright, so see you again. And thanks for watching.